Have you ever stopped to think about the way you talk to yourself, the dialogue that runs through your mind from the moment you wake up to the minute your head hits the pillow at night? We all have this internal chatter, this voice inside our heads. But here's the thing, the quality of that self-talk, the things you say to yourself, they have an immense impact on the quality of your life. You see, your mind is always listening. Every word you say to yourself, your mind is soaking it up like a sponge. And over time, that self-talk shapes your beliefs, your attitudes, your actions, and ultimately your reality. So let me ask you, what kind of reality are you creating for yourself with the way you talk to yourself? Are you lifting yourself up or tearing yourself down? Are you encouraging yourself or criticizing yourself? Are you empowering yourself or limiting yourself with the words you say in your own mind? Because let me tell you, the way you communicate with yourself is one of the most important relationships you'll ever have. And yet, so many of us neglect it. We say things to ourselves that we would never dream of saying to someone else. We berate ourselves, we doubt ourselves, we put ourselves down. But today, I want to challenge you to change that. For the next 3 days, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. A commitment to transform the way you talk to yourself. Because if you can master your self-talk, if you can learn to communicate with yourself in a way that uplifts and empowers you, you can master your life. So where do we begin? It starts with awareness. Most of our self-talk happens automatically without us even realizing it. So the first step is to start paying attention. Start listening to the words you say to yourself. When you make a mistake, what's your first thought? When you're facing a challenge, what do you tell yourself? When you look in the mirror, what do you say to your reflection? Catch yourself in the act of negative self-talk. And when you do, I want you to pause, acknowledge it, and then I want you to replace it with something positive every single time. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets, and slowly but surely you start to rewire your brain. You start to change the default setting of your mind from negative to positive. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Positive self-talk sounds great, but it feels so fake. It feels like I'm lying to myself, and I get it. When you're not used to speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement, it can feel unnatural at first. But here's the thing, your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It just knows what you tell it over and over again. So even if it feels fake at first, keep going. Keep telling yourself positive things, even if you don't fully believe them yet. Because over time, your brain will start to accept them as truth. You'll start to embody them. You'll start to become them. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to see your life transform before your very eyes. Because when you change your self-talk, you change your beliefs. When you change your beliefs, you change your actions. And when you change your actions, you change your results. So what kind of things should you be saying to yourself? Well, let's start with gratitude. Every morning when you wake up, before your feet even touch the ground, I want you to think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as the warm bed you're lying in, the roof over your head, or the beating of your heart. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It puts things into perspective, and it sets the tone for your entire day. So start each morning by filling your mind with gratitude and watch how your world begins to change. Next, I want you to affirm yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how awesome you are. Tell yourself that you're capable, that you're strong, that you're worthy of love and respect. Now, if you're not used to doing this, it might feel downright silly at first. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You see, most of us are so quick to affirm others. We tell our friends and family how great they are, how proud we are of them, how much we believe in them. But how often do we give ourselves that same level of encouragement and support? It's time to start treating yourself like you would your best friend. Cheer yourself on. Be your own biggest fan. And when you're facing a challenge or feeling discouraged, talk to yourself like a coach, not a critic. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I can and I will. Instead of focusing on your limitations, focus on your strengths. Remind yourself of all the times you've overcome obstacles in the past. All the times you've proven yourself wrong. You see, your mind is always looking for evidence to support your beliefs. So if you believe you can't do something, your mind will find all the reasons why that's true. But if you believe you can, your mind will start looking for all the ways to make it happen. It's that simple. Now, I know some days will be harder than others. There will be times when you slip back into old patterns of negative self-talk. And that's okay. The important thing is that you catch yourself and redirect your thoughts every single time. It's a practice, not a perfection. And as you keep practicing, as you keep filling your mind with positive, empowering thoughts, something incredible starts to happen. You start to build resilience. You start to develop an unshakable confidence in yourself and your abilities. You start to become the kind of person who can handle whatever life throws your way. Because here's the thing, life is full of ups and downs. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles along the way. But it's not what happens to you that matters most, it's how you talk to yourself about it. It's how you interpret it. It's the meaning you give it. So when tough times come, and they will, I want you to remember this. You have a choice in how you respond. You can either let the challenges defeat you, or you can use them to become stronger. You can either dwell on the negative, or you can find the lesson and the opportunity for growth. And when you choose to focus on the positive, when you choose to talk to yourself in a way that empowers and uplifts you, you become unstoppable. You become the kind of person who doesn't just survive challenges, but thrives through them. The kind of person who doesn't just cope with life, but creates an extraordinary life. So for the next 3 days, I want you to make that choice. Choose to be mindful of your self-talk. Choose to speak to yourself with kindness, with encouragement, with love. Choose to focus on the good, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And watch what happens. Watch how your confidence grows. Watch how your resilience strengthens. Watch how your entire world begins to shift. Because when you change your self-talk, you change your life. It's that simple and that powerful. Now, I know 3 days might not seem like a long time, but it's enough to start seeing a difference. It's enough to start feeling a difference. And once you experience that difference for yourself, once you see the impact that positive self-talk can have on your life, you won't want to go back. You'll be hooked. So consider this your invitation. An invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. An invitation to explore the power of your own mind. An invitation to become the best version of yourself, one thought at a time. Because you deserve it. You deserve to wake up each day feeling excited and energized. You deserve to pursue your dreams with passion and purpose. You deserve to live a life that lights you up from the inside out. And it all starts with the way you talk to yourself. So take the challenge. For the next 3 days, flood your mind with positivity. Speak to yourself with encouragement and kindness. Focus on gratitude and growth. And watch as your world begins to transform before your very eyes. Because here's the thing, you are so much stronger than you know. So much more capable than you realize. So much more worthy than you believe. And when you start to talk to yourself in a way that reflects the truth, when you start to embrace your own inherent greatness, there's nothing you can't do. There's no limit to what you can achieve. So start today. Start right now. Start with the next thought that enters your mind. Make it a positive one. Make it an empowering one. And then keep going. Keep building that momentum. Keep training your brain to focus on the good. And as you do, remember this. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. There is a force within you, a power greater than any circumstance or challenge you may face. A power that is always guiding you, always supporting you, always supporting you, always conspiring in your favor. Tap into that power. Trust in it. Let it fuel you as you move forward on this path of positive self-talk and personal transformation. Because with that power on your side, with a mind full of empowering thoughts and a heart full of unwavering belief, you become unstoppable. So go out there and show the world what you're made of. Show them the incredible person you are becoming, one thought at a time. Show them the power of a mind that is focused, a heart that is grateful, and a spirit that is unbreakable. And most importantly, show yourself. Show yourself how far you've come. Show yourself how much you've grown. Show yourself that you are capable of creating the life of your dreams, one empowering thought at a time. Because you are. You absolutely are. And it all starts right here, right now, with the words you choose to say to yourself. So choose wisely. Choose powerfully. Choose to talk to yourself like the incredible, unstoppable, amazing person you are. And watch as your world begins to change. Watch as you begin to change. Watch as you step into the greatest version of yourself and inspire others to do the same. The words you speak to yourself today become the reality you live tomorrow. So speak kindly. Speak positively. Speak in a way that uplifts and empowers you. And do it for 3 whole days without fail. Be diligent in your practice of positive self-dialogue and observe the profound shifts as they happen. You have the power within you. The power to shape your thoughts, to mold your mind, to create your reality. All it takes is a commitment, a decision, a choice. And I know you have it in you to make that choice, that powerful choice to transform your self-communication. Don't wait another day. Don't let another moment slip by where you're not harnessing the full potential of your incredible mind. Start now, start today, start in this very moment. And keep that momentum going, keep that positivity flowing, keep speaking to yourself like the champion you are. In every challenge, in every setback, in every triumph, in every success, let your self-talk be your anchor. Let it be your compass, guiding you always towards growth, towards learning, towards becoming the best possible version of yourself. Because that's what this is all about. Becoming, growing, evolving. And it all starts with the way you speak to yourself. So make those words count, make them meaningful, make them transformative. For 3 days, let your self-talk be your top priority. Let it be your mission, your commitment, your solemn vow. And watch in awe as your life begins to shift, as your world begins to expand, as your very reality begins to transform before your eyes. This is your moment. This is your opportunity. This is your invitation to step into your greatness one thought at a time. So seize it, embrace it, run with it, and never, ever look back. Because a life of extraordinary positivity, of unwavering self-belief, of limitless potential, that life is yours for the taking. All you have to do is claim it, one empowering thought at a time. So go on. Start now. Start today. And watch and wonder as your world begins to change. Watch in awe as you begin to change, transforming into the most powerful, positive, unstoppable version of yourself. The power is within you. The potential is within you. The greatness is within you. And it all starts with the words you speak to yourself. So make them count. Make them true. Make them the catalyst for your incredible, inevitable, awe-inspiring transformation. You've got this. I believe in you. And more importantly, it's time for you to believe in yourself unequivocally, unwaveringly, unflinchingly. So go on. Talk to yourself like the champion you are. Talk to yourself like the incredible force of nature you're becoming. And do it for 3 days straight, without hesitation, without reservation, without holding anything back. Your life is waiting. Your greatness is waiting. Your most extraordinary self is waiting. And it all begins right here, right now, with the power of your own positive self-talk. So let's do this. Let's unleash that power. Let's harness that potential. Let's step into that greatness, one thought at a time. Starting now. Starting today. Starting with the very next word you say to yourself. Make it count. Make it powerful. Make it the beginning of your most incredible, most transformative journey yet. You've got this. I've got you. And together we're about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime, the adventure of becoming your best, most extraordinary self, one empowering thought at a time. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's transform your self-talk, and in doing so, transform your very life. The power is yours. The potential is yours. The choice is yours. Choose greatness. Choose positivity. Choose to talk to yourself like the incredible, unstoppable, absolutely amazing person you truly are. And watch and wonder as your world begins to change. Let's dive even deeper into this transformative journey of self-talk. As you embark on this 3-day challenge, I want you to remember that every thought counts. Every word you speak to yourself matters. And every moment is an opportunity to choose positivity, to choose empowerment, to choose the kind of self-talk that will propel you towards your highest potential. So let's get practical. Let's talk about how you can actually implement this in your daily life. Because it's one thing to know the power of positive self-talk, but it's another thing entirely to actually put it into practice consistently and intentionally. Here's what I suggest. Start each morning with a ritual of positive affirmations. Before you even get out of bed, take a few deep breaths and speak life-giving words to yourself. Say things like, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way today. I am strong. I am resilient. I am ready to face the day with courage and confidence. Then as you go about your day, make it a habit to check in with your self-talk. Whenever you catch yourself thinking something negative or self-defeating, pause, acknowledge the thought, but don't let it take root. Instead, consciously replace it with a positive thought. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough for this, replace it with, I am more than enough. I have unique gifts and talents to offer, and I'm going to give this my very best. It's also important to be mindful of the way you talk to yourself in moments of stress or challenge. When things get tough, it's easy to slip into negative self-talk almost automatically. But this is precisely when you need your positive self-talk the most. So when you find yourself in a difficult situation, take a moment to breathe, center yourself, and speak words of encouragement to yourself. Remind yourself of your strength, your resilience, your ability to overcome. Another powerful way to integrate positive self-talk into your life is through the practice of gratitude. Make it a daily habit to express gratitude to yourself for all the things you appreciate about yourself. Thank yourself for your efforts, your progress, your unique qualities and strengths. The more you focus on what you're grateful for within yourself, the more those positive qualities will grow and expand. As you continue on this journey of transforming your self-talk, remember to be patient and compassionate with yourself. Changing habits of thought takes time, and there will inevitably be moments when you slip back into old patterns. That's okay. The important thing is that you keep coming back to your commitment, keep choosing to speak to yourself with kindness and positivity, keep moving forward one thought at a time. And as you do, something incredible will start to happen. You'll start to notice a shift, not just in your thoughts, but in your emotions, your actions, your entire way of being. You'll start to feel lighter, more energized, more confident and capable. You'll start to see new possibilities opening up before you, new opportunities to learn and grow and become your best self. Because here's the truth. When you change your self-talk, you change your life. When you start speaking to yourself like the incredible, powerful, unstoppable person you truly are, you start to become that person in every way. You start to show up differently in the world, to take on challenges with a new sense of courage and determination, to create the kind of life you've always dreamed of living. So keep going. Keep practicing. Keep choosing positive, empowering self-talk, even when it feels hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when the old habits of thought try to pull you back. Keep moving forward, one thought at a time, one day at a time, knowing that every positive word you speak to yourself is planting a seed of greatness, of potential, of possibility. You are so much more powerful than you know. You have within you the ability to shape your reality with your thoughts, to create a life of joy, of meaning, of unbounded success and fulfillment. And it all starts with the way you talk to yourself. So make those words count. Make them true. Make them a reflection of the incredible, limitless being you truly are. And trust that as you do, as you commit to this practice of positive self-talk for 3 days and beyond, your entire world will begin to transform in ways you never thought possible. You are on the cusp of something extraordinary. You are ready to step into your greatness, to unleash your full potential, to become the very best version of yourself. And it all begins with the power of your own words, the power of your own positive self-talk. So let's keep going, let's keep growing, let's keep speaking life, love, and possibility into every moment, every experience, every aspect of our being. The journey of transformation is never ending, but with each positive thought, with each empowering word, we move closer and closer to the life of our dreams. You've got this, you are so ready for this. And I am honored and excited to be a part of your journey, to cheer you on every step of the way as you transform your self-talk, and in doing so, transform your very life. Keep shining, keep rising, keep speaking to yourself like the magnificent, powerful, radiant being you truly are. The world is waiting for your greatness, and it all starts right here, right now, with the next word you say to yourself. Make it a good one. Make it a great one. Make it the beginning of your most extraordinary chapter yet. You've got this. I believe in you, and I can't wait to see the incredible places your positive self-talk will take you. Let's do this together. One thought at a time, one day at a time, one empowering word at a time. The journey of a lifetime starts now, and I'm with you every step of the way. Let's take this journey of self-talk transformation even further. As you continue to practice speaking to yourself with positivity and empowerment, I want you to start noticing the ripple effects that this practice has on every area of your life. When you start your day with positive affirmations and self-encouragement, you set the tone for how you'll approach every experience, every interaction, every challenge that comes your way. You start to show up differently in your relationships, in your work, in your creative pursuits. You start to radiate a new sense of confidence, of ease, of joy and enthusiasm. And as you continue to choose positive self-talk throughout your day, you start to notice that your external reality begins to shift to match your internal state. Opportunities start to arise that align with your newfound sense of self-belief and self-worth. People start to respond to you differently, to see you in a new light, to be drawn to your positive energy and your unwavering commitment to growth. This is the power of positive self-talk in action. It's not just about feeling good in the moment, although that's certainly a wonderful benefit. It's about fundamentally shifting the way you show up in the world, the way you create your reality, the way you inhabit your own life. So as you move through these 3 days of intentional self-talk transformation, I want you to start envisioning the kind of life you want to create for yourself. What does your ideal day look like? What kinds of relationships do you want to cultivate? What kinds of experiences do you want to have? What kind of impact do you want to make in the world? And then I want you to start speaking to yourself as if those things are already true. Start affirming your ability to create the life of your dreams, to manifest your deepest desires, to become the person you've always known you could be. Say things like, I am worthy of an abundant, joyful, fulfilling life. I trust in my ability to create the reality I desire. I am open to all the incredible opportunities and experiences that are coming my way. I am grateful for the person I am becoming and for the journey that has brought me to this moment. The more you speak these kinds of empowering, life-affirming words to yourself, the more you'll start to believe them. And the more you believe them, the more you'll start to live them, to embody them, to make them your reality. This is the true magic of positive self-talk. It's not just a surface-level practice, but a deep and transformative one. It has the power to change not just your thoughts, but your beliefs, your actions, your results, your entire way of being in the world. And the best part, it's a practice that you can take with you wherever you go, no matter what life throws your way. In moments of stress or uncertainty, you can always come back to your positive self-talk, to your inner wellspring of strength and resilience. In times of joy and celebration, you can use your self-talk to amplify the good, to anchor yourself in gratitude and appreciation. Your self-talk is your constant companion, your inner ally, your greatest tool for creating a life beyond your wildest dreams. And by committing to this practice for 3 days and beyond, you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of growth, of expansion, of ever-increasing positivity and possibility. So keep going. Keep speaking life into every moment. Keep choosing thoughts that uplift and inspire you. Keep becoming the person you know you're meant to be. And trust that as you do, as you continue to transform your self-talk and align your inner world with your deepest desires and highest potential, your outer world will begin to transform in miraculous and magnificent ways. You are so ready for this. You are so worthy of this. You are so capable of creating a life that exceeds your wildest expectations, one empowering thought at a time. So let's keep moving forward on this journey of self-talk transformation. Let's keep choosing words that inspire us, that ignite us, that remind us of our infinite potential and our boundless capacity for growth. And let's do it together as a community of individuals committed to becoming our best selves, to uplifting one another, to creating a world of greater positivity, possibility, and empowerment for all. The journey continues, and I am honored to be walking it with you every step of the way. Keep shining your light, keep speaking your truth, keep becoming the incredible, unstoppable, radiant being you were always meant to be. Your greatest life is waiting. And it all starts with the power of your own positive self-talk. Let's keep harnessing that power day by day, thought by thought, word by word. The best is yet to come. And I can't wait to see the magic that unfolds as you continue to transform your self-talk, and in doing so, transform your very world. Onward and upward, always. With every positive word, with every empowering thought, you are rising higher, shining brighter, becoming more of the magnificent person you were always destined to be. Keep going, keep growing, keep speaking life into every moment. The universe is conspiring in your favor, and your positive self-talk is the key that unlocks the door to your greatest potential, your deepest fulfillment, your most extraordinary life. You've got this. I've got you. And together we are creating a world of greater positivity, one thought at a time. Let's keep shining, keep rising, keep speaking our way to the life of our dreams. The best is yet to come, and it all starts right here, right now, with the power of your own positive self-talk. Let's make it count. Let's make it great. Let's make it the beginning of your most magnificent chapter yet. Onward, upward, and into the extraordinary life that awaits you. One thought at a time, one day at a time, one empowering word at a time. The journey continues, and I am honored to be a part of it, every step of the way. Have you ever felt like you weren't enough? Like no matter what you did or how hard you tried, you just couldn't measure up to some invisible standard of worth and value? If so, you're not alone. In fact, I'd venture to say that every single person watching this video has felt that way at some point in their lives. But here's the thing, those feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, they're not real. They're just stories we tell ourselves based on past experiences, societal messages, and our own inner critics. And the good news is we have the power to rewrite those stories and start believing in ourselves fully and completely. So today I want to invite you on a journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. A journey that starts with a simple but profound idea that you are enough, exactly as you are, in this moment and in every moment. I know it's easy to say, but harder to believe, right? Especially when we live in a world that's constantly telling us we need to be more, do more, and have more in order to be happy and successful. But what if I told you that true happiness and success come from accepting and loving ourselves, flaws and all? Think about it when we're constantly striving to be someone we're not, or to achieve some external marker of success, we're sending ourselves the message that we're not good enough as we are. We're telling ourselves that our worth is conditional based on what we do or what we have rather than on who we are. But the truth is, our worth is inherent and unchangeable. It's not something we have to earn or prove, and it's not something that can be taken away from us. It's a fundamental part of who we are, and it's always been there, even if we've forgotten or lost sight of it along the way. So how do we start remembering and reclaiming our inherent worth? How do we start acting like we're enough, even when we don't always feel that way? Well, the first step is to become aware of our thoughts and beliefs about ourselves, to notice when we're engaging in negative self-talk or comparing ourselves to others, and to gently redirect our focus to something more positive and uplifting. One simple but powerful practice is to start each day by looking in the mirror and saying to yourself, I am enough. Say it out loud with conviction and feeling, even if it feels uncomfortable or untrue at first. Because the more we repeat something to ourselves, the more we start to believe it, and the more it becomes a part of our identity and our reality. Another way to cultivate a sense of enoughness is to practice gratitude and self-compassion. To focus on the things we appreciate about ourselves and our lives rather than on what we lack or what we wish were different. And to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would extend to a good friend who is struggling or making mistakes. Because the truth is, we all make mistakes. We all have flaws and imperfections, and that's what makes us human. But those flaws and imperfections don't diminish our worth or our value. They're simply part of the beautiful, messy, complex tapestry of who we are. So instead of trying to hide or fix our perceived shortcomings, what if we embrace them? What if we saw them as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as reasons to feel ashamed or inadequate? Because when we can accept and love ourselves, flaws and all, that's when we start to show up in the world in a more authentic and powerful way. That's when we start to attract people and opportunities that align with our true selves rather than with some false persona we've created to try to fit in or please others. And that's when we start to experience true joy and fulfillment, because we're no longer living for external validation or approval. We're living for ourselves and for the unique purpose and gifts we have to offer the world. Now, I know this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually put it into practice? How do we start acting like we're enough, even when we've spent years or decades telling ourselves otherwise? Well, one powerful tool is affirmations. Positive statements that we repeat to ourselves regularly to help reprogram our subconscious mind and shift our beliefs about ourselves and the world around us. Some examples of affirmations that can help cultivate a sense of enoughness might be: I am worthy and deserving of love and respect just as I am. I trust in my own abilities and instincts, and I know that I have everything I need within me. I release the need for perfection, and I embrace my flaws and mistakes as opportunities for growth and learning. I am grateful for all the unique qualities and experiences that make me who I am. The key with affirmations is to say them with feeling and conviction, even if we don't fully believe them at first, because the more we repeat them, the more they start to sink into our subconscious and become a part of our inner dialogue. Another way to start acting like we're enough is to surround ourselves with people and environments that support and uplift us, to seek out friends, mentors, and communities that see our inherent worth and value, and that encourage us to be our best selves. Because let's face it, we all need support and encouragement sometimes. We all need people in our lives who believe in us, even when we're struggling to believe in ourselves. And when we have that kind of support system, it becomes so much easier to show up in the world with confidence and authenticity. So if you're feeling like you're not enough or like you need to be someone you're not in order to be accepted and loved, I want you to know that you're not alone. And more importantly, I want you to know that those feelings are not the truth. The truth is you are enough, you always have been, and you always will be. And the more you can start to act like it, the more you'll start to believe it, and the more you'll start to see evidence of it all around you. Because when we act like we're enough, we start to create a life that reflects that belief. We start to attract people and opportunities that honor and value us, and we start to let go of the things that don't serve us or align with our true selves. And that's when the magic happens. That's when we start to experience true joy and fulfillment, because we're living in alignment with our deepest truths and our highest potential. So if you're ready to start acting like you're enough, here are a few simple steps you can take today. Start your day with an affirmation that affirms your inherent worth and value. Say it out loud with feeling and conviction, and repeat it throughout the day whenever you need a reminder. Practice self-compassion and self-care. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would extend to a good friend, and prioritize activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Surround yourself with people and environments that support and uplift you. Seek out friends, mentors, and communities that see your inherent worth and encourage you to be your best self. Let go of perfectionism and embrace your flaws and mistakes as opportunities for growth and learning. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and that they don't diminish your worth or value. Focus on gratitude and appreciation for all the unique qualities and experiences that make you who you are. Celebrate your strengths and talents and cultivate a sense of wonder and joy for the world around you. And above all, remember that you are enough. You are worthy and deserving of love and respect, just as you are. And the more you can start to act like it, the more you'll start to create a life that reflects the truth. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and step into your inherent worth and value. The world needs your unique gifts and talents, and there's no better time than now to start sharing them with confidence and authenticity. And if you ever forget or lose sight of your enoughness, just come back to this video and remind yourself of the truth that you are enough, and that you always have been, that your worth is not something you have to earn or prove, but something that is inherent and unchangeable. So go out there and act like it. Live like it. And watch as your life starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. Because when you act like you're enough, you open yourself up to a world of possibility and potential. You start to attract people and opportunities that align with your true self, and you start to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for every single person watching this video. To know your worth, to claim your power, and to live a life that honors your deepest truths and your highest potential. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. You have a community of people who see you, who believe in you, and who are cheering you on every step of the way. People who understand the challenges and the triumphs of claiming your enoughness, and who are here to support and encourage you along the way. So lean on that community. Reach out for help when you need it, and offer your own support and encouragement to others who are on a similar path, because we're all in this together and we all have something valuable to offer and to learn from each other. And as you continue on this journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance, remember to be patient and compassionate with yourself. Remember that growth and change take time, and that there will be ups and downs along the way. But also remember that every step you take, every time you choose to act like you're enough, you're making progress, you're strengthening your belief in yourself, and you're creating a ripple effect of positivity and inspiration that touches everyone around you. Because when you live from a place of enoughness, you give others permission to do the same. You show them that it's possible to let go of self-doubt and insecurity and to embrace their own inherent worth and value. And that's how we change the world, one person at a time, by showing up as our authentic selves and by inspiring others to do the same, by acting like we're enough and by helping others to see and claim their own enoughness. So keep going, keep growing, keep shining your light and sharing your gifts with the world. Because the world needs you, and there's no one else quite like you. And if you ever doubt yourself or feel like you're not making progress, just remember you are enough. You always have been and you always will be. And every time you act like it, you're one step closer to creating the life of your dreams. So take that step, take that leap of faith, and trust that the universe will catch you and that it will conspire in your favor. Because when you act like you're enough, you open yourself up to a world of abundance and possibility. You start to see opportunities and blessings all around you, and you start to trust in the journey of your life. And that's when the real magic happens. That's when you start to experience a sense of peace and purpose that comes from living in alignment with your deepest truths and your highest potential. So keep going, keep growing, keep acting like you're enough, and watch as your life starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. And know that I'm here with you every step of the way, cheering you on, believing in you, and reminding you of your inherent worth and value. Because you are enough, you are worthy, you are valuable, and you have so much to offer the world just by being yourself. So go out there and be yourself, act like you're enough, and watch as the world reflects that truth back to you. And if you ever need a reminder, just come back to this video, come back to this moment, and remember the truth of who you are. Remember that you are enough, and that you always have been. Remember that your worth is not something you have to earn or prove, but something that is inherent and unchangeable. And remember that you have a community of people who believe in you, who support you, and who are here to remind you of your enoughness whenever you need it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself and for the world. Thank you for being willing to explore your enoughness and to start acting like the incredible, worthy, valuable being that you are. And know that I'm with you every step of the way, cheering you on, believing in you, and reminding you of the truth of who you are. So go out there and shine. Go out there and be yourself. Go out there and act like you're enough, because you are. And watch as your life starts to reflect that truth back to you in ways you never thought possible. Because when you act like you're enough, you open yourself up to a world of possibility and potential. You start to attract people and experiences that align with your true self, and you start to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for every single person watching this video. To know your worth, to claim your power, and to live a life that honors your deepest truths and your highest potential. So keep going, keep growing, keep acting like you're enough, and watch as your life starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. And if you ever doubt yourself or feel like you're not making progress, just remember you are enough. You always have been and you always will be. And every time you act like it, you're one step closer to creating the life of your dreams. So take that step, take that leap of faith, and trust that the universe will catch you and that it will conspire in your favor. Because when you act like you're enough, you open yourself up to a world of abundance and possibility. You start to see opportunities and blessings all around you, and you start to trust in the journey of your life. And that's when the real magic happens. That's when you start to experience a sense of peace and purpose that comes from living in alignment with your deepest truths and your highest potential. So keep going, keep growing, keep acting like you're enough, and watch as your life starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. And know that I'm here with you every step of the way, cheering you on, believing in you, and reminding you of your inherent worth and value. Because you are enough, you are worthy, you are valuable, and you have so much to offer the world just by being yourself. So go out there and be yourself, act like you're enough, and watch as the world reflects that truth back to you. And if you ever need a reminder, just come back to this moment. Come back to this truth and remember who you really are. Remember that you are enough and that you always have been. Remember that your worth is not something you have to earn or prove, but something that is inherent and unchangeable. And remember that you have a community of people who believe in you, who support you, and who are here to remind you of your enoughness whenever you need it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself and for the world. Thank you for being willing to explore your enoughness and to start acting like the incredible, worthy, valuable being that you are. And know that I'm with you every step of the way, cheering you on, believing in you, and reminding you of the truth of who you are. So go out there and shine. Go out there and be yourself. Go out there and act like you're enough, because you are. And watch as your life starts to reflect that truth back to you in ways you never thought possible. Because when you act like you're enough, you open yourself up to a world of possibility and potential. You start to attract people and experiences that align with your true self, and you start to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for every single person watching this video. To know your worth, to claim your power, and to live a life that honors your deepest truths and your highest potential. So keep going. Keep growing. Keep acting like you're enough, and watch as your life starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. And if you ever doubt yourself or feel like you're not making progress, just remember you are enough. You always have been, and you always will be. And every time you act like it, you're one step closer to creating the life of your dreams. So take that step, take that leap of faith. And trust that the universe will catch you and that it will conspire in your favor. Because when you act like you're enough, you open yourself up to a world of abundance and possibility. You start to see opportunities and blessings all around you, and you start to trust in the journey of your life. And that's when the real magic happens. That's when you start to experience a sense of peace and purpose that comes from living in alignment with your deepest truths and your highest potential. So keep going, keep growing, keep acting like you're enough, and watch as your life starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. And know that I'm here with you every step of the way, cheering you on, believing in you, and reminding you of your inherent worth and value. Because you are enough. You are worthy, you are valuable, and you have so much to offer the world just by being yourself. So go out there and be yourself, act like you're enough, and watch as the world reflects that truth back to you. And if you ever need a reminder, just come back to this moment. Come back to this truth and remember who you really are. You're here because some part of you wants more from life. Some part of you is hungry for change, for growth, for a deeper sense of meaning and fulfillment. You want to tap into your true potential and start acting like the unstoppable force that you know you can be deep down. Well, I'm here to fan those flames burning inside you and show you how to step into your power. We all arrive on this planet with an inner guidance system, an infinite source of wisdom that can steer us towards our highest good. But so often we lose touch with that inner voice amidst the noise and bustle of day-to-day life. We get caught up in other people's expectations and societal pressures, in our own doubts and fears. And in doing so, we forget the unstoppable radiance that is our birthright. Today, I want you to reconnect with that inner strength. I want you to remember who you truly are, a limitless soul on an everlasting journey of growth and transformation. You are not a fixed, stagnant being, but a constantly evolving force of nature with the power to reshape your reality and create the life you yearn for. The first step is shifting your mindset. For too long, many of us have been conditioned to think that our circumstances dictate our lives. We look at our job, our relationships, our income level, and we say, well, this is just how it is. But I'm here to tell you that you are not the product of your circumstances. You are the creator of your circumstances. Think about it. Every reality you've ever experienced in this lifetime started as a thought. It started with an intention, a belief, a make-believe conversation in your mind before it ever manifested into your physical world. And if your thoughts and beliefs can create the life you're living now, doesn't it follow that you can create something new simply by changing those thoughts and beliefs? This universal principle is what allows the unstoppable mind to bend reality to its will. When you truly embody the core belief that you are the architect of your destiny, that you are unstoppable and unbounded, that your potential extends in every direction as far as the eye can see, that's when your life begins to reorganize itself around that central truth. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, far from it. Our egos, our doubts and fears, the weight of other people's limited thinking, these forces will constantly try to drag you back into the gravity of struggle and smallness. But you must resist them with every fiber of your being. Because the alternative, resigning yourself to a life of limits and scarcity, is a planet away from the unstoppable existence you were born to embody. I imagine some of you right now are bristling at these words, thinking, yeah, but you don't understand my situation. You have no idea how stuck I really am, but that doubt, that protest, is the very thing that keeps you bound. The unstoppable mind doesn't make excuses or exceptions. It refuses to be stopped by anything or anyone. I was once stuck in those same limiting patterns of thinking myself. I had a decent job, a decent life on paper, but something inside me knew I was capable of so much more. Those stirrings of restlessness, of yearning for greater purpose and passion, they grew harder and harder to ignore until one day I finally decided no more. No more allowing fear and doubt to run the show. It was time to take the leap into the unknown and start walking the path of my highest vision for my life. Was I scared? Absolutely. Was I filled with doubt and hesitation? More times than I can count. But I stayed resolute because in those quiet moments of honest self-reflection, I knew that living a life shackled by self-imposed limits was the far riskier path. At least by pointing myself in the direction of my dreams, I gave myself a fighting chance at transcendence. And you know what happened when I finally got out of my own way and leaned fully into my unstoppable nature? Opportunities and openings started appearing that I couldn't have begun to imagine from my place of limited thinking. Doors opened, connections sparked, circumstances realigned in my favor in the most miraculous ways. It was as if the whole universe was conspiring to make my wildest dreams come true, because it felt my unbridled intention and undivided commitment. That's the power of the unstoppable mind, my friends. When you remove the barriers of disbelief and doubt, when you embrace your innate perfection and your birthright for greatness, you become aligned with the same forces that created the planets and the stars themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, stepping onto the unstoppable path will bring obstacles, it will bring challenges and failures along the way. That's life, that's how you continue evolving. But those roadblocks become just that, temporary detours along your journey rather than dead ends. Because you know in your core that nothing can stop you. You embrace your failures and setbacks as portals to even greater growth and learning rather than reasons to throw in the towel. You stay rooted in patience and faith, knowing that everything you need to create your ideal reality is emerging perfectly through the landscape of your life, even if you can't quite see it yet with your limited human vision. You act as an unstoppable force of nature would by simply continuing to flow and grow and express yourself through every twist and turn along the way. Part of being unstoppable is rooting yourself in this present moment while simultaneously aligning your intentions with the future you want to create for yourself. It's like aiming an arrow. You have to stand grounded and still to fully concentrate your energy while firing that arrow towards the future target of your desires. So many of us, though, get caught up in obsessing over the future outcome rather than taking purposeful, fertile action in this present moment soil where all manifestation takes root. We live in fear and anxiety, marinating ourselves in what if. Storylines about worst-case scenarios rather than doing the next right thing that's directly in front of us. The unstoppable mind does not entertain such useless fiction. The unstoppable mind is laser-focused on this present reality while envisioning the future it wishes to create. It's about balancing patience and urgency, faith and inspired action, being supremely rooted and grounded on your path, while allowing that path to continually unfold and reveal itself as you walk. This way of being takes practice, of course. Our human tendency is to always be looking backward or projecting far ahead, regretting and resisting the past or longing for a future that hasn't arrived. But the unstoppable mind is fully absorbed in this present sacred moment while calling in its ultimate desires and highest truth. When you find that centered point of balance within yourself, that's when the real magic happens. That's when the universe recognizes your focused intention and moves to co-create the reality you've summoned forth. It's an alchemy of acceptance and intention of gratitude for this moment while simultaneously stretching yourself towards the future you or you wish to birth. It's radically allowing what is while firmly guiding that flow in the direction of what you want to create. And it is from that fertile breeding ground that all of your greatest achievements, successes, breakthroughs, and milestones will blossom into manifestation. But it takes practice. It takes diligence. It takes learning to act as if you are already that unstoppable force of nature you want to be. After all, isn't that just how everything is created? You don't actually build a house and the completed vision of that house. You start by laying the foundation of what you intend to create. Then build it brick by brick by brick in accordance with that image, that feeling, that energy you've summoned forth through intention. It's the same with giving birth to a work of art, starting a new business or movement, even creating a revolutionary new scientific innovation. It all starts in the invisible realms of thought and imagination, which are given energy and focus, which are nurtured and fed through purposeful action and surrender to the create process itself. And then at last, it all congeals and condenses into a new physical manifestation on this earthly plane. So if that's how everything around you was created, from the chairs you're sitting on to the architecture around us to the electronic devices in your pockets, why would manifesting the life of your dreams follow any different universal process? The only difference is that most people go about the creation of their lives unconsciously. They absorb limiting beliefs and self-doubt from an early age and then project these thought viruses outward without realizing they're shaping their entire reality and experience. But when you wake up and consciously embrace the unstoppable truth of your being, everything changes. Now you become the operant power, the one who is given the keys to the kingdom of conscious manifestation and co-creation simply by learning to focus your mind in the direction you wish to go. It takes focus, and it takes removing the static of negativity and resistance through techniques like meditation, mindfulness, appreciation, and radical self-acceptance. But once your channel is clear, there's no limit to what you can call into being. Which seems far more plausible that the doorway to your greatest life is sealed up by permanent material restrictions, or that the entire universe is teeming with the infinite supply required to birth your dreams, simply awaiting your clear energetic invitation. I know which of those perspectives rings true for me. I know that no temporary circumstance, no amount of doubt or fear or resistance can ultimately stop the freight train of my unbound soul's evolution. And the same is true for each and every one of you. When you strip away the layers of social conditioning and existential confusion, what's left at your core is pure, infinite, unbounded potential, an inexhaustible vitality and power source that can energize any creation you wish to give birth to if you simply stay aligned with its flow. Does this mean everything will always happen overnight or exactly according to your desired timeline? No, of course not. The nature of this game of conscious manifestation is one of patience, trust, and unconditional commitment to the process itself. You can't force a rose to bloom through sheer force of will, but you can nurture it by providing the ideal conditions for its natural emergence. The unstoppable mind understands this dance. It embraces the wisdom of nature's grand cycles and evolutions. It allows life to unfold in its way while maintaining an unwavering connection to Source, an unbreakable bond with the essence of its desires. And in doing so, it is never rendered powerless because it is tapped into the boundless supply. It is renewed and strengthened with each passing season. From this space of unconditional alignment and energetic resonance, the unstoppable being does not worry whether their dream will manifest or if they'll find the means to create the life they want. Those attachments to timing and methods are just another form of limited thinking. No, the unstoppable consciousness knows at its core that it has already aligned with the energetic equivalent of its dreams come true. It understands that the specific physical form those dreams will take is simply rearranging itself to match the vibration the unstoppable mind has already anchored into. So you see, it's less about constantly struggling and straining to force things into existence and more about getting into energetic resonance with the reality you wish to create. From that place of alignment, there is no separation between you and your dream. You cannot not create it. You become an extension of the same creative forces that manifest each breath in your lungs and each sunrise over the horizon. When you truly wrap your mind around this, it's not only life-changing, it's reality-shifting in the most profound of ways. because you realize that you've been invested in an illusion of powerlessness, an artificial matchstick construct of limits that has no grounding in the truth of the universe's underlying nature. You realize that you are, and always have been, a limitless creator with a direct line to the source energy that manifests each atom and planet in existence. And in that cosmic remembering, you awaken to your true unstoppable nature, forever free from the shackles of helplessness and stagnation. My friends, you have been asleep and living in a trance for far too long. You've been acting as if you were confined, restricted, inhibited by forces far smaller than your true vastness and potential. But today is the day you choose to wake up fully and reclaim your birthright as an unstoppable facet of the infinite creative force that accounts for all of existence itself. From this day forward, will you still encounter roadblocks? Yes, of course. Will there still be obstacles to overcome, challenges to face, hard work, and perseverance required to shape your dreams brick by brick into physical form? Absolutely any worthwhile creation demands that consistent devotion and care. But when you shift into the consciousness we've discussed today, those challenges are not stumbling blocks or sources of frustration, but cosmic choreographies designed to fortify your unstoppable nature and expand you into your next level of creative mastery. You begin to look at every seemingly negative circumstance in your life not as an incontrovertible setback, but as a carefully crafted teacher designed to strengthen your powers of patience, resolve, non-attachment, creativity, endurance. You come to recognize that you've been training for the big leagues all along, and what once felt like limitations were simply the incubating and tempering forces required for you to become an unstoppable steward of manifestation and upliftment on this planet. Make no mistake, to live as an unstoppable being in this realm is to be initiated over and over into higher and higher levels of spiritual and psychological mastery. It is a hero's journey that demands everything from you. You will be stretched and pulled until every fiber has been reinforced with the warrior spirit required to meet your greatest missions and callings. But if you stay true and keep realigning yourself to your highest vision, you'll find that you're tapped into an inexhaustible reserve of energy, ingenuity, and renewal. The unstoppable knows they cannot be cut off from their source because they are the source incarnated. An infinite shapeshifter eternally expressing itself through this grand canvas of physicality. So I'll leave you with this: do not aim to think like an unstoppable being. Do not try to act like an unstoppable being either. You must be the unstoppable force of nature you were born as. Take the choice today to stop playing small, to take your limiting beliefs out to the woodshed, to obliterate the fears and doubts that would have you stay confined to the dusty, shrunken shell of a fraction of what you're capable of. Give yourself full permission to expand into your true divine limitlessness by anchoring into the core worth and birthright perfection that sits behind all of your temporary circumstances and surface-level identities. Trust that the entire universe will reorganize itself to catch you as you spread your unstoppable wings ever wider, because its only perpetual law is that of creative expression in its infinite forms. Have the unbending audacity to chart your own course paved by the markers of your most resilient and impossible dreams. Stay committed to that trajectory no matter how rocky the terrain that precedes it, for it is only tapping you into higher realms of creative stamina. Allow each adversity to make you stronger, wiser, more relentless in your unstoppable quest to leave this world forever changed by your unique mark on it. Act as if the entire cosmos is cheering you on towards grander and vaster permutations of yourself with each breath you take and each act of beauty and bravery you author here. For it is, and it has been awaiting this ultimate reunion with your wholeness since long before you first opened your eyes on this planet. You are an eternal being of pure potentiality temporarily reflected in this human costume. But it's far past time to stop letting your infinite essence be confined and diluted any longer. Today is the day to flood yourself with the remembrance of your unstoppable true nature and allow it to cascade forth through every thought, every choice, every word and action that follows. No more playing small, no more hiding your light, no more postponing or procrastinating the birth of all that you are destined to create in service of this lifetime. You are unstoppable. You were born for greatness. You are unlimited and forever in the process of becoming. Now let's see what this unstoppable expression of you has in store for us next.